Hi guys, and welcome to episode 6 of my Factorio Let Play series. Hope you guys are doing okay. So last episode, I hope you guys remember, we started the engines going. We've got our first one built and we're going to need 20 of them for the train. So obviously that's going to take a little while, so we'll just leave that for the moment. So what we got planned today? We're going to upgrade a few things around the factory. For example, the red science. As you can see, we're not getting much of a build-up on it. The green science, we are getting the build-up, so that's good. But the red science just isn't really building up. And I know it's not important that it does build up, but if it backs up, it just means, you know, it's running in excess, which is always a good thing. I'd prefer an excess to not enough. So I'm just going to grab some resources, get a few assembly machines going. I'm going to make a few because, as I say, red science isn't the only thing I'm upgrading today. I'm hopefully going to upgrade quite a few different things, just dotted around the place. So we'll get these all in line. But yeah, so I've got plans to upgrade the red science, which will make me upgrade other things, because obviously you can't upgrade one system without upgrading the ones behind it. And we've got our research up, so I'm going to go with, although we need that, I'm going to go with the car first, because I need to be able to have a look around, and although I want to get trains going, if I get trains going too early and don't have a vehicle, I won't be able to go far away and look at what resources there are, so there's not much point having a train if I can't find the resources that the train's going to go to. So just add, oh wait, no need to delete that, I can add that in because I'm going to add it in a second. So get this going, just need, okay, remember the hotkeys, and get a couple of inserters, and there we go. So that obviously will make red science twice as fast. But obviously, what's that? That's gonna reduce the number of gears I've got, so I'm going to be using more and more gears now for this. So I'm also going to upgrade the gear process. So get a couple of these down and increase that. There's a couple of other things I'm going to do today that's going to sort of rely on gears as well, so if I don't upgrade it now, it's definitely going to be in short supply later on. So just add in all these conveyor belts and we've run out. Right, I'm going to go grab some conveyor belts from down here. And obviously I've managed to pick up all of the inserters as well, which, never mind. Got a couple of stacks, I'll deal with them later on today. I'll probably just add them into the machines or something. They're always handy to have on you, but obviously too many just starts becoming a problem. So that's upgraded our gears, but one of the problems we've got as well is our throughput on our iron. So although we've got a lot of machines making it, as you can see, the couple of furnaces at the bottom are backed up with full stacks, which I'm just going to take out for the moment. And the reason that is because there's so much iron on the line, they can't actually put them on the conveyor belts. So we're going to upgrade the conveyor belts, but rather than crafting them all in my hand, I'm going to do them in assembly machines. I do need a fast splitter though, so I'm going to craft that up in my hand. And then get these built and set up. So again, this is the other thing that I was saying that's going to require gears. Just move this, cut off my entire factory from power, and there we go. But yeah, this is the other thing that's going to require gears. So you need gears to make, obviously, the inserters. You also need them to make the fast inserters. So just get all this. And we're using a fast inserter there because you need 5 gears to every 1 belt, I believe it is. Yep, 5 gears and 1 belt. So we need the gears to go in a lot quicker. Now, I need an output chest, obviously, for this to go into. Yeah, we'll put it on this side. Keep all my outputs to the same sort of side. So there you go, we've now got the faster belts. Just grab what's been made already, and we can start upgrading this system. And that's not really helping yet at all, but obviously we have to start somewhere. So I'm gonna obviously change the rest of the belts, but I just need them to be crafted up. And they're not really being crafted very quickly. Oh, we've run out of the gears, right. Okay, so I'm obviously gonna have to... it looks like the gears haven't been produced because there's not much iron going in, so some of them aren't actually producing yet. So we'll have to wait until that builds up a bit. Just cutting in with a bit of post-editing, guys. While going through this again, I noticed that I didn't actually set those two new assemblers creating gears, so that's one of the reasons it's a bit slow at the moment. So before the next episode I will correct that and I'll start them actually going. And back to old me. I'm just going to go and grab some steel. We don't exactly have a lot of it. I'm going to upgrade the furnaces that I've got. Also add in the conveyors that I picked up. Yeah, I'm going to upgrade the furnaces on the copper section. I want pretty much all of them upgraded, and although the throughput isn't really coming in, it doesn't matter too much at the moment because I've got quite a big build up of copper, as you can see. You know, my buffer chest is nearly full, or filling quite nicely. But if I do this, then when I do start using a lot of copper, it'll help sort of the throughput until I've sort of built more quarries and things like that. So that's why I'm getting them done now. We've got more engines built, and I'll just add in the pipes that I had in my inventory, and just add another one just so it's a even stack. I'm a little bit weird like that. As you can see, my iron throughput is quite good for the ore. And in fact, I could probably increase that. I might do that as well later, just so that I've got more iron down here. Get a couple more furnaces made. The other thing, obviously, I'm going to use a lot of steel later on. So, oh, research is up. So we'll get the signals going. Yeah, I'm going to use a lot of steel later on, so I think getting a couple more steel furnaces going, creating steel, would be a good thing. So I'm just going to do a bit of a setup here, just trying to work out the best way to organise it. Actually, the other way's better, yeah. So I'm tripling the amount of steel I'm going to be producing. Now, rather than having it coming in from those two quarries aren't going to last much longer, really. So I'm just going to divert the entire coal line over to go into these two furnaces here. Just because it's a lot simpler diverting the whole coal line, because that coal line is going to be there for a long time. Whereas the other line isn't really going to be around for a huge amount of time, and I don't want it to run out and me forget about it and then have no steel. So need a few of the red inserters, and the setup is obviously not perfect, it's just what I'm building to fit with sort of what I've already got. So it may look a little odd, but all of my steel will end up in the chest. And just get a underground belt going, and one more long hand inserter. Okay, and just going to move this output and the chest. So as I say, now all of my steel produced from all three furnaces will end up in the same slot. Now all I need to do obviously is put some conveyors to get the iron down. There we go. So now I've tripled my steel output, which, as I say, I'm going to need a lot of steel for both the rails, the trains, everything like that. So if I start it now, I'll have some built up for, you know, when I'm actually ready to build the railway. Now I'll just add a light in so that you guys can see what's going on down there when it's night time. Okay, now I don't have enough steel really to make a lot of steel furnaces, but I've got a lot of normal furnaces just in my inventory from where I've been replacing them. So I'm just going to use these for the moment to upgrade my iron production. Because obviously the more iron I produce, the sort of easier it is to make other things. And obviously my steel is going to be using 5 iron for every piece of steel. So I really do need to upgrade that to keep it up, or keep it in line with sort of my production. And once again, I've run out of belts. I really do need to make an automated system really to get normal belts in a box for me, which hopefully I'll do sooner or later. Just get rid of the inserters I've picked up, because I really don't need sort of 4 stacks of them. So we'll get rid of those and add in the belts as I need. We'll replace these belts as well, because that'll give me more of the normal belts for further up the line. Okay, so just add in the inserters, and just want to make sure I put them in line with the inserters from before, just so it all looks the same. Need long-handed ones. There we go. Too far away. Oh, damn it. That doesn't want to go there. There we go. So they'll start smelting up. Just pick up that bit of iron that was dropped on the ground. And, oh yeah, need long hand inserters on this side too, so I'll get those crafted in a second. So just get these crafted up, and then I'll have another 6 furnaces making my iron. Obviously they will get upgraded, you know, sooner or later once I've got the steel required. But you know, I've got a few things waiting on steel at the moment, so it might be a while. But as you can see, my iron's pretty much full down this line now, so I'm not using a lot of steel for anything really. It helps that obviously the inserters and the circuits and everything are backed up, so it's good to see sort of the factory backing up. In some ways it means I'm not producing enough, so I could increase it, but for the moment, you know, I'm keeping it small until I get the railways going, and then I'll be able to sort of go bigger from there. Obviously I don't want my iron to run out, so I'm going to add a couple more quarries in, just to sort of carry on. May as well put that steel furnace down. But yeah, I'm just adding in a couple. It'll take a little while to see if I need more, or you know, if I've already got enough. But I'll just add these couple in now, so that, you know, bit of peace of mind. So, as I say, I mean, eventually that whole iron area is going to be full of them, but okay. So there we go. We've got 20 engines, or 21 of them in fact. So what else do we need for the train? We need circuits and steel. Get a few more pipes built so I can chuck them in there to make some more engines. As you can see, our steel, you know, is producing a lot quicker. We also need some stuff for rails. May as well just grab the iron from the chest. Okay, so we'll get some rails built up and our first train crafting. So just lay a bit of track out here. And just waiting for the train to craft up. I should have just grabbed circuits from the conveyors, but forgot about it. So there we go. And there is our first train in all its glory. I'm just going to add some coal into it so it doesn't constantly flash. But there we go, our first train. Right, so obviously eventually I'm going to have automated systems producing, you know, the rails and the signals and everything else, but for for the moment they're all a bit spread out, and I don't really want to bring them all together yet. You know, I'd prefer to do that in trains. Just having a quick look at research. A lot of the future research is going to require blue science. And blue science is one that requires oil processing, which I've already got. I can't remember if I've unlocked how to create blue science yet. No, I haven't. But as I say, I know it requires oil. So we'll have a quick look on the map, see if I can see any oil. I think the oil comes up as little purple spots. I know in the settings I set oil quite low, so you know it might be quite a way out. But I can't see any on the map there. So I think the best thing to do is to make a car now, or as soon as I've got the engines for it. Just need to add the pipes to make more engines. So I can drive around, you know, between this episode and the next, and sort of search for the oil. Hopefully it isn't going to be that rare, but if it is, you know, I'll hunt for it without it being on camera, because you don't want to watch me just driving around in circles looking for oil. But while that's making engines, we'll get a couple of quarries and we'll sort out the throughput on the copper. Because as I said before, the copper line, you know, although we're full of copper at the moment, we're still not getting sort of quite the adequate throughput of the ore. So, you know, we've only got 4 of the little quarries, so we'll just extend this entire thing here and increase the number of quarries we got. So just need to wait for them to craft up. I'm not adding lights or anything in this area because it's not often that I'm going to be over here, so it's not often that we need to see much. And as you can see, I can quite easily add the quarries because my power's still not, or I'm still not using much of the power that I've got where I built it up on the last episode. Yep, put those there. So just add the cables and conveyor belts in. So that should sort out the throughput issues now on the copper for quite a while, because obviously I'm not really using that much copper at the moment. The only real thing I'm using it for, I think, is the electric circuits and things like that. So just have a quick look, see how many engines have been done. Just waiting for this last engine. I think I've got everything else for the car. Just grab some more steel. Get a couple of the steel furnaces made so I can replace them on the iron. Just wait for these last few. There we go. And there's one left on the copper line that I need to replace. So there we go, we've upgraded all of the furnaces now, and that engine should be done. Get a couple more, or get the car crafting. So we'll have a quick scout around in the car this episode, and we'll see what we can get. Obviously the car goes a little bit slower in the desert, and it'll go faster once it's on either the road or, you know, different terrain. Obviously the car's got a gun in it as well, so I'm going to grab some ammo, just so if I do run into more biter bases, if they're small enough I can just take them out while I'm in the car. No need to get out and potentially get killed by the biters. So we'll have a quick drive around and see if we can see any oil. As I say, I know in the settings when I set this world up I set oil quite sparsely. And I'm just really hoping that I didn't set it up too sparsely. Oh, tree. The car can be a little bit finicky to drive, unfortunately. And tree, ow, forest. Okay. It's one of them things that you get used to eventually, but because I've not driven one for a while, and not played the game for a little while, I'm a little bit rusty, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I've still not seen any oil on the map. Oh, trees, out, lots of trees. But we're getting real close to the wrap-up time, so I'm going to head back to the base. As I say, between this episode and the next episode, I will do some searching and I will hopefully find some oil. Just pull in here. Obviously, I'll repair the car later as well. Oh, and research, so I'll just set this going. But yeah, as you can see, we're starting to get to the blue science stuff. I think blue science requires batteries. Yeah, there it is. That's where you get the blue science. So I'm going to get sulfur going now, and then we can unlock blue science, just so we can see what's needed. But that's all the time I've got for today, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. See you guys later.